Smash the like button, as you know. Very impressive numbers. Very, very impressive numbers. Redneck that's going on. G'day, Carrie. How you doing? I've still got it. Yeah. Thank you, Redneck. Guys, if you're in here, please make sure to press the like button. Today is very big. Very big indeed. Alright, we're on.
Do you hold that for 20 seconds?
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to Yeah.
It's not locked. Like 10 minutes.
Oh, sweet, thanks. Guys, thank you for joining. Today is very impressive in terms of numbers. It's like a lot more than last week, a lot more. How much more?
Do you mind maybe filming? Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, man.
For sure. Hey, live stream.
MG2 saying hi.
Hi, everyone. Redneck Rumbler. Big show at Sydney, yeah. G'day, Cybo.
I mean, this rain's a worry, that's all.
Yeah.
Look, yeah. Did I gave you the umbrella, didn't I?
Oh. I'm going to get some plastic.
I don't know, I mean, it doesn't really matter that. If it picks up more... I heard that Sydney was huge. I saw that, what's going on? Oh, yeah. I saw that River Table, it's got like over 1,000 viewers, which is awesome. I think the action's in Sydney, at least right now, because Cossack's out of jail. So that's nice. And yeah, all right, legends. I'm gonna pass you on it. And yeah. So there you go. How are we, people? Let's have another walkthrough. I propose.
Woo!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that means I've got to record that song now.
Yeah, that's right. Oh no, you just gotta play it. You just gotta play it at the wedding.
Oh, well, I'm playing it easy. I still got to remember the verses. I played down at Music Man on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Played down
What's going on? How you doing?
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good.
Faulkner, Wednesday night. I'm at the stage there down at Music Man. Yeah.
Are you playing for
Yeah, I've been doing.
I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna keep walking. Yeah. So yes, staying live, Melissa. Yes, we are. We're staying live. Hey, what's going on? How are you?
Very good, are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Good to see you.
Beautiful, me too.
Good numbers.
Yeah, this is really something like that.
Yeah, I know. There's no excuse. Yeah, guys. So exciting news from MG. What's going on? How you doing?
Yeah, you're not going to believe what happened.
Yeah?
My mum just rang me a couple of days
It's
ago.
live to see.
And asked me why I catch my lunch. I said, Mum, I thought you were seeing me because I'm unvaccinated. He goes, look, Daniel, if you don't have any symptoms on you, you can come and catch up with me if you want to, okay? I think my mum has broken down, realised that I am her son, and I think she's starting to miss me.
Yeah.
After seeing me for over a year and a half.
Very happy to hear that.
So I'm going to be seeing her on Tuesday.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, nice. Oh, enjoy. I'll keep live streaming. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, have some very exciting news. I don't know if Ms. MG would mind me sharing this. She wouldn't mind. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, MG is getting married. MG proposed to Ms. MG a couple of days ago, and she said yes. So, praise God. I'd like to say that my faith has skyrocketed since meeting her because she's an identical match in terms of compatibility, and God just placed her in front of me. And hey, how you doing? And that's how it works when you walk with Jesus, because I don't deserve it and I haven't worked for it nearly enough in this life. All I've done is try to get closer to God. So that's the only thing I can recommend that works. Aussie, are you invited? Well, maybe we'll do like a special wedding live stream or something. We shall see. Just going for a bit of a walkie walk. Very good crowd. Very good crowd. Don't know what's happening with this internet though. Can you guys see and hear all right? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can? Thanks, Ozzy, you're a legend. Thank you very much. How are you? Lots of friends here today, guys. Life's a glitch. No idea what's going on with this. Maybe it's something to do with there being multiple, like, because there's a lot of people here using their phones. Maybe, I don't know. Scrap that. Just gonna have to deal with it. I can't minimize this for some reason. Alright guys, we have Blake Connor, who's back in the world with us, and he's got his uniform.
The old prison greens on. They let me out Tuesday. Got off. I'm not exactly sure what happened in court yet. I'm still going to confirm with the lawyer, but there will be an update coming on that at some stage. But yeah, I'm back, ready to go. Let's go again.
For those of you who don't know, Blake films the police, and we'll put a link to his channel in the description, so yeah, check him out. He's back on board and it's a really good channel.
Thanks, brother. Have a good one.
Good to see you, mate. Really good to see you. I'm very relieved to see that Blake seems all right, guys, because yeah, the cops arrested him. He's been in jail, and there's been a lot of dodginess around that from what I've seen. while. I haven't been to a protest this impressive in a while, guys. Redneck, I don't know. I mean, I'll have to look into that and see what Cossack says about his case. I mean, from what I understand, it seemed to me that the police were holding him just for as long as they could, and it was probably illegitimate. But that's the scary thing, is that he's had to really lawyer up and probably spend a lot of money, or at least get a lot of free legal work to get him out of jail. So it could be that he just finally got his chance, and the lawyer argued the case well and got him out rightfully so. Don't know. I mean, it's always good to not, jump straight to suspicion. Yeah, we shall see. Guys, if you could share this stream, that'd be awesome. Share it around, because once we start marching, the crowd always gets bigger. So you're in for a treat, my friends. What were you gonna say?
Everybody's streaming today. All the streamers are out.
Yeah.
You know, they're bloody walking clothes,
Yeah.
Even with this weather, it makes it tough.
Yeah, it's grim. It makes it hard to film. The cameras aren't much good with water. The phone's alright, but yeah.
Oh, that's why I got the
Leia Organa, I have the same feeling, but I have been wrong before, so I don't know. We'll have to see. Just pray about it. It's the best we can do is pray and act, of course. And guys, while you're at it, thanks, man. We could all pray that this rain stops pretty soon, because if there's lots of rain, then there's probably not going to be any video on Melbourne ground. So, yeah. I mean, we have an umbrella. We'll figure it out. I can even see a few people here that I haven't seen for a while.
I know, even Anthony and Joel's here.
Joel's here. Yeah, right. I haven't seen him in ages.
It's a big one.
Yeah. Worldwide. This protest is gonna be huge. Just gonna check up on him.
Let's get started in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Freedom! 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 Chilton Andrews! Chilton Andrews! No more mandates! No more mandates! No more mandates! Through the
call you?
What's going on?
Oh, get married. Straight up. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Nah, I'm serious.
Can't take you
I
seriously.
proposed 2 days ago. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No, I can't believe it until I see it. Come on.
Alright, I'll prove it to you later. I'll show you photos and stuff. Yeah.
Is it something you want to hear?
Well, this is safe enough to say, viewers. I met her at a protest, but if any of you think you're going to spot her in footage, good luck, and I wish you luck. Please actually try your best, because you will not spot her, and no one will ever know what she looks like, because I'll protect her with my life.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. It's so good to see you. You doing all right? Are you working or anything? Yeah. Still driving? Yeah. Yeah, true.
Should have been slightly good today. After the Andrews event and typed in Dan Andrews on my thing, it's back on again.
Yeah.
It didn't take much.
I think this will be good views.
Yeah.
Because, well, it's big. It's big and it's interesting. Once they start marching, it's going to get even bigger.
You reckon?
Yeah. Even the tiny ones the last few weeks, even the tiny crowds, once they start marching, it always gets bigger. I forgot about that, yeah. So, this should be huge, honestly. You remember this fella?
Yes, absolutely.
Three angles, guys. Three angles. The umbrella's working well. Just me.
Alright. Don't be afraid to ask me either, because that's harder than what I'm doing. Yeah. Hopefully it'll stop raining soon and stay stopping. Thanks. God bless. Yes, folks. It's quite an impressive setup. How are you? How you doing? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big one.
Hello, Melbourne!
Hello!
Are we ready to march? Are we ready to march? Are we ready to make some noise?
That's right. That's right. Let's get a bit of a better angle. Sorry. Thanks. Thanks for sharing. Oh, he's saying resist the Great Reset. I thought he was saying this is the Great Reset.
No, WHO! No, WHO! No, WHO! No more time!
There's
We
Russia
say
today.
no! We say no! We say no! We say no! We say no! Free Victoria! Free
The rain
Victoria!
stopped anyway.
Free Victoria! That must go!
Just watch out, like if the ball comes in or something.
That must go!
It automatically goes back to the selfie camera.
Jail Dan Andrews! Jail Dan Andrews! Jail Dan Andrews! No more mandates! No more mandates! No more mandates! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! No more mandates! No more mandates!
guys hear the drums, or is it just too loud and distorted? Curious. Sorry if anyone was wearing headphones. Hope you guys can hear all this. The drums are amazing.
Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Let's go! Forward march! Forward on the banners. Let's go, guys. Free Victoria!
Thanks, guys.
Free Victoria! No more mandates! 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 No more mandates!
guys, are you trying to figure out what's going on?
Yeah, we don't understand.
Yeah, it's basically against the mandates. People are here for different reasons. There's like doctors in there, for example, that haven't been able to speak their truth to their patients because the government's gotten in the way of their relationship. But yeah, really it's to get the mandates and everything around that. Yeah. What do you think of the mandates?
We're not from here, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, the whole world. Yeah, sure. The whole world's experiencing it. Do you think we should have medical mandates? Thanks for being interested. You know, a lot of people try to make sense of what this protest is, what this march is about, and yeah, really, it's like, you know, your health is to do with you and your doctor, right? Not the government.
Okay.
That's what's happened. Is the government has gotten in the way of that. So
the government is like
they've politicized medicine. Yeah. Whereas medicine is, you know.
Is it like the COVID vaccine?
Yeah. That's sort of the trigger for all this. Yeah. But yeah, feel free to walk. They're pretty friendly in there. They make some noise, but we're kind of. Most people look and are trying to make sense of what's actually going on. People just don't know, and it's actually, you know, pretty difficult looking at the crowd. It's different to other marches where it's quite. I mean, it is a clear message. I can't say it's not a clear message, but there's a lot of stuff in here. It's so many different flags, so many different signs, and it's like, what is this? You know. People want to grasp very clearly what this is, and it's difficult to do that, especially if you don't have a conversation with someone. Here we go. We've got a fellow actually explaining to some people what's going on. And he looks like a friendly guy. That's nice. Jazz. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Thanks for sharing the stream. Pretty hard not to laugh at that one. I will tell 500 lies, and I will tell 500 more. It's pretty good. Thanks for joining the stream, everyone.
Wake up, people!
We're still going. Just wanted to say thank you.
End the tyranny! End the mandate! Wake up,
mandates, but really mandates for everyone. Yeah, the principle is like, you know, your health is to do with you and your doctor, right? Not you and your doctor and the government. Yeah, the government sort of. So, yeah, it's been happening every Saturday for about 14 months. And it's going to keep happening until I don't know when it's going to. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. That was that mum and daughter just there, just looking on, wondering what was going on, had no idea. All these people really need is to be explained to them what this is about, and present a simple bit of truth in a loving, holy way, and people are generally open up to hear it.
Do something. Tell people. Check. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Australians, it is my honour to welcome you to the Worldwide Rally for Freedom 9.0. Our freedom movement is united around the world to stand for our fundamental human rights. And today, we return to the streets to resist the Great Reset! Yay! Resist the Great Reset! Yay! Resist the Great Reset! Yay! Our freedom movement stands as one to push back against the tyranny of the Andrews regime. Yay! The free people of Melbourne will never forget the horrors of raise your hand if you were here September last year.
Can you put down the umbrella? I'm struggling to do it.
We will not rest until we bring accountability to those who have violated our human rights. And today, I can assure you that the fight to remove Daniel Andrews from office is well and truly underway. 1 year on, we remember the world's longest and most brutally enforced lockdowns. 1 year on, we remember the brutality we remember each and every single one of those people who stood as rubber bullets flew when it mattered the most. And most of all, 1 year on, Melbourne still stands strong. Before us, we face the most important state election in Victorian history. Before us, we have the greatest opportunity to change our state to protect our human rights. Before us, we see the dark pathway ahead if we let the Andrews regime remain in power. And before us, we know that our future depends wholeheartedly on our ability to overhaul the Victorian government.
I'm probably dipping.
It's time to end all vaccine mandates for all workers and protect our freedom of choice. It's time to repeal the pandemic bill and revoke the emergency powers of the Public Health and Wellbeing Act. It's time to rescind all fines and charges pending for breaches of pandemic orders. And most of all, it's time to ensure that the Victorian government can never repeat this again. We need to remove Daniel Andrews from office and prosecute him for crimes against humanity. Cabinet accountable for their mishandling of the pandemic response. We need to replace our traitorous crossbenchers and replace them with those who will stand for our freedom. And we need to end the cash for preferences deal-making of Glenn Jury and the parties who work with him. Being implemented all around the world. We know that food and energy shortages are being driven down on the people of Europe as we speak. We know that our free market economy is being reshaped towards global corporatism and global communism. And we know that the influence of the Chinese Communist Party is weighing heavily on Western governments, and it needs to end. We must protect Australia from the dictatorial policies of the World Health Organization. Corrupt agenda of the World Economic Forum. We must protect Australia from the Great Reset that aims to diminish our freedom and our independence. And we must protect Australia with a comprehensive Bill of Rights. Australians must push back against the enforcement of centralised digital identity requirements. Australians must push back against the implementation of a central bank digital currency. Australians must push back against the development of a social credit scoring system. And all Australians must join us in pushing back against the rising tide of the globalist one world government.
What was that yes to, Josh? Yeah, I'm with you on that, Josh.
Victoria is the battleground of Australia, and what we let happen here will affect the other states of Australia soon after. Victoria is the ground zero of the coronavirus pandemic tyranny, and we must set a good example for the people of the world in how we fight back. Victoria can be a beacon of hope for the world's most livable city again. From the Westgate Bridge to the Shrine of Remembrance, from the Valley of Death to the Parliament Steps, the free people of Melbourne have marched with strength week in and week out. Melbourne will rise to every occasion and challenge and obstacle in our path. Because when we come together, Melbourne is unstoppable. We are never going to give up. We are never going to give in. We are the freedom movement. And freedom always wins. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! 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 Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Thank you. Up next, we have some more amazing speakers. I would like to introduce to you Morgan C. Jonas.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are we? Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I'd like to welcome everybody for coming out, and first of all I'd like to say a big thank you to Harrison and the whole team at Freedom Rally. Guys, give them a round of applause. I'd also like to express my gratitude for each and every one of you that have come out here today. So many of you have been through such immense suffering over the past few years. So the fact that you're still here, you're still optimistic, and you're still willing to fight. Gentlemen, we are gathered here today because those parliaments, with very few exceptions, have failed the people. One of those exceptions is standing right here, Catherine Cumming. Guys, make some noise for Catherine. Is that those who have been elected to serve us have abrogated their duty of care, and they have placed their own interests in front of the interests of the people of Victoria. We look around our state today and it is a very sad state of affairs. We see a government-imposed energy crisis that is sending our fellow Victorians into poverty. We see a state debt that will burden future generations for many years to come. And everywhere we go, we see the utter decimation of livelihoods as a result of lockdowns. We know that we cannot stand for 4 more years of this type of governance. And should this governance continue, it won't be 4 more years. My very firm belief is that Victoria, as we know it, will be lost forever. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do we do in this situation? What do we do? Do we have any suggestions? I'll tell you what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We put our boots on, we get on the ground, we do everything we can to speak to our fellow Victorians. We hit the polling booths in November and we sack the whole damn lot of them. Future generations are depending on us. Nobody's coming to save us. There's no white hats coming to save us. It's all up to us. The person to your left, the person to your right, look around. These are the people that are going to be fighting for the future of Victoria. Now, I had an interesting little experience earlier in the week. My friend Catherine over here invited myself and our Deputy Leader Aidan to bear witness to the re-swearing in of our MPs. We sat upstairs in the gallery and we saw Daniel Andrews and his crew walk in. So Daniel Andrews took his seat and he had a big face mask on. I've never seen one so big before. And he saw us sitting up in the gallery and he made eye contact with us for a good 5 seconds. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he knows who we are. And let me say that I've never seen a man with so much fear in his eyes. He knows that he's done. Number one, sack him in November. All right, that's a start. Step number two, we must, by all means necessary, bring on the criminal charges. It's not enough to simply have this man voted out of office. He must stand up and be held answerable for the pain and suffering of Victoria, in addition to that, the lives that have been lost. We know that. I'm very proud of our Freedom Party of Victoria is the equal and opposite reaction to a government that is no longer fit for purpose. The ethos and culture that we are creating is really, really simple. We know that we need change, and that change can only be brought about honestly. We'll campaign hard, we'll tell the truth, we'll do so ethically, and I can look each and every one of you in the eyes and tell you that nobody from our organisation will ever lie, cheat, deceive or exploit anyone as a means of getting elected. Nobody in our organisation will enter into a cash deal for preferences. You have my commitment on that as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a special announcement that I'm so happy to announce today, and that is we have recently endorsed a new candidate. I think that is somebody that everybody knows, he's somebody that everybody loves. He has put everything on the line, standing up for us, standing up for our medical privacy. Make him feel welcome, the great Dr. Mark Hobart.
Thank you so much. Morgan is a great friend. We met 2 years ago. A man of great integrity and courage. He chased those thugs out of my doctor's clinic. My wife actually rang him up. And he came round from the other side of town and chased them all out. With a number of other people. Those people, they just fled. And they were going to stay there until they found those files. And they didn't get... They said that they were going to stay here until they got the files, but they couldn't. They were chased out. and this was after the leader of that pack said to me, "Why won't you give me the files?" And I said, "Because they're private and confidential patient files." And he said to me, because of the new law, which he said was from 2020, I think, there's no such thing as private and confidential patient files anymore. If that's fair dinkum, I couldn't believe it. And I said, well, listen, I obey a much older law than yours. My law is 2,500 years old. It's the Hippocratic Oath. So you're not getting it. And then they shut me down. And then they suspended me. I saw so much suffering over the last 3 months leading up to that, I couldn't believe it. It was immense human suffering of a scale I could not have imagined. I would say that when I asked 50% of the people who came to me for vaccine exemptions had suicidal thoughts. I mean, this is unbelievable. And they said, I'm a danger to the public. You've got to be kidding. Who's a danger to the public? Exactly. Anyway, I'm thrilled. Hopefully, I will get in and I can stand up, expose the corruption, and make them accountable.
Guys, give it up for Dr. Mark Hobart! quickly. Everybody here must be made aware that it is now or never. If we don't turn things around in Victoria, our state, as you know it, will be lost forever. We've seen over 100,000 people leave already. Believe me, if this government gets back in, that 100,000 will be nothing more than a grain of sand compared to the exodus that we're about to see. This is our state, this is our home. It is incumbent on every man and woman that loves Victoria to stand up and fight. So I'm going to be brazen and say, join me, join Catherine, join those that are taking these people on, and let's get out there and make it happen, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Morgan. Give it up for Morgan, everybody. Up next today, we have the one, the only, the amazing Tammy James. She's making mission to Melbourne and she's going to tell you all about it, guys. Thank you, Tammy.
Hey guys, good to see everyone. Now, we have everyone coming to Melbourne. Many people jumping on board, big associations will have very, very strong front lines. We are going to flood the streets of Melbourne. And we're going to flood them not just for one day, not for 2, 3 or 4, but 5 days in a row. We are sick and tired of the government lying. Sick and tired of the media lying. The government lies. The media lies. The government lies. The media lies. Enough, enough. Right, Melbourne. Let's show what we can do to the rest of the nation. And when they come here, guys, see you there. The city with the rural folk. The farmers are coming to town. So we have our way from Billboard to tell you at the mission to Melbourne, we will be coming, bringing tractors, farmers, and telling us what the hell is going on with our farms. Please go for flag, guys.
Hello, Melbourne. We just wanted to take part in what's happening here because for many of us, for many, many years, we've been aware that certain things are happening throughout the world and we were called conspiracy theories and nutters and silver hat wearing lunatics and the rest of it. And now we're starting to see everything that we've been saying, everything we've been told is now unfolding in very real time and with very, very deadly circumstances. What we look at with the World Economic Forum, they are launching basically a 3-pronged attack that has been very, very carefully planned for many years. They have brought upon us disease, man-made disease. They are bringing upon us famine, starvation by wiping out our agricultural sector, and they are bringing upon us energy crisis with their man-made global warming garbage and their shutdowns of our energy, which is going to have an absolute categorical disaster on the world's population. So I've been involved in agricultural politics for many, many years, and I can tell you now that across the globe, we are going to cause catastrophic starvation throughout the globe. I met Tammy a little while ago there, and when she started her mission to Melbourne, we were talking about things, and we thought, this is not just a Melbourne issue. This is not just a Victorian issue. This is a metropolitan and rural issue that covers the entire country. So we, as part of the farmer representation, we will be taking part in Tammy's mission to Melbourne. We will be bringing the agricultural and farming sector on board to combine to let these scumbag politicians and the World Economic Forum know that when they attack Australia, Australians join as one. Through all the great wars throughout history, when the call goes out, every Australian toes the line. Every Australian joins our military and joins the fight for freedom, the fight for democracy, and the fight for our rights. I want everybody to make absolutely no mistake in the world. Right now, we are in the absolute fight of our life for our lives. And we need to let every Australian know that it doesn't matter whether you're wearing a check shirt, a business suit, a police uniform, a paramedic's outfit, doctor's clothes, it doesn't matter. You are all under attack. We have at the minute an incredibly corrupt parliament. The vast majority of our politicians have been bought off or sold out. They are cowards, they are liars, and they are traitors. In Victoria come November, this is the most important election in Australia's history. This is the point where the rest of Australia's future, or their demise, will be made. I believe that we cannot rely on the integrity of the Victorian Electoral Commission, but through sheer weight of numbers, we have to turn out and we have to get rid of these liars in the Parliament now, the Victorian Labor Party and the Greens. They have to go. Shut up! Very sadly, I don't think that the coalition is very far behind them. Daniel Andrews has given the coalition enough ammunition to sink 3 battleships, and we've heard virtually nothing. So I say to everybody, turn out on election day, become involved in this. We do need to get them out of Parliament immediately. And then we do need to call on our police force. We will be calling on our police force to do what they... And if their weapon is legislation, if their weapon
Can you guys hear this?
is to use medical procedures and tyrannical laws to kill people, then they must be taken down. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting the wind up from the master ceremonies here. Anyway, I'm going to go for a bit longer, but thank you very much for your attendance here today, and we will see you on the 7th.
Thanks, mate. Give it up for Wayne, everybody. Alrighty. Up next, we have Ian Brighthart from World of Wellness. Give it up for Ian, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me today. I'm a doctor of over 40 years, and I've been trying to train doctors to think of another way of prescribing drugs. What did we have the last 2.5 years? We didn't have a pandemic. We had a virus that was harmless to most people. At the beginning of the pandemic, I wrote to the Prime Minister, to Chief Health Officers. They ignored a way out of this stupid pandemic. What did they do? They ignored the fact that vitamin D, the sunlight vitamin, actually protects everybody against these acute respiratory viruses. I'm sorry there's no vitamin D out there today, folks. But when you are ignored, you get angry. And when you hear lie after lie after lie, you start to get even more angry. And where we are at now, giving people
Poncho time.
vaccine after vaccine, when these jabs are deadly and maiming people, my colleagues around the world are calling it genocide. You've heard of Nuremberg? Well, Nuremberg 2 may be just around the corner. We are witnessing the downfall of our health system. It's been crumbling, it's going to crumble even more. We are witnessing the harm being done to our police, our ambos, our nurses. They're leaving the system in droves. We could stop this. We could stop this in 6 weeks by giving everybody one test, one vitamin C and zinc. This is the good science. This is not. The science they've been exposed to with lockdowns and masks doesn't work. And it is not good science. Where did all of this come from? It came from the WHO, the World Health Organization. The WHO is not a health organization. It's a disease organization focusing only on what we call mandated drugs, mandated vaccines for big money. When somebody puts in $10 billion and gets $200 billion of
Poncho time.
investment in vaccine company, what's going on? You have to ask yourself, where's that money coming from? That money is coming from us, our taxes. We have paid huge amounts of money for vaccines that don't work, are unsafe, put people into hospital and still kill people. We need to do something. The other thing we need to do is look at the freedom for the doctors. The doctors have not been free enough to give you informed consent. Full and free informed consent is essential in healthcare. As a retired doctor, I am supporting the doctors who have been suspended for speaking out. Doctors like Mark Hobart and others, many others. And nurses who are stepping out of the system because they cannot tolerate seeing patients being so badly treated and badly managed. And as for our respected institutions, our scientific institutions, they are no longer to be respected for what they've done. They have ignored the right science, the good science. We've got another microphone, please. I'm not very accustomed to speaking to large groups like this, so. Anyway, we have to give it to our federal government. They have ignored the right way out of this, all the way through. I've sent hundreds of emails and letters to the authorities, and they've ignored it. They've ignored the good science, the science that we knew was going to prevent respiratory infections right from the start. Looking after the individual, isolation if they're sick, and giving them big shots of vitamin D. Vitamin D deficiency. We were not allowed to go in and research and test them and give them vitamin D because the medical authorities thought better. Well, the medical authorities need to go back to medical school and learn about healthcare. And as for universities that accept drug money for research, that's biasing our health system in one way and one way only. And as for the medical journals that doctors read, they are extremely biased and they only publish positive studies, they don't publish the negative studies. So we as doctors need to open up our minds, and as the public need to open up our minds, because we have over the last 4 decades been brainwashed by big dirty pharma. Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. Give it up for Ian, everybody. Alrighty, we've only got a few more speakers and then we're going to keep marching after that. Marching starts after just a few more speakers, guys. Let's get through these and then we'll see you over at the rest of the march. But until then, up next, we have Chris Neal from the Australian Medical Professional Society. Is that right? Chris Neal, guys, give it up for Chris.
Thank you, and what a privilege to be here. My name's Dr. Christopher Neal. I've been a doctor for 20 years, a cardiologist for 13. I'm here today with other people in red shirts I'm representing the Australian Medical Professionals Society. You can see us all here. So I get inspiration looking into the faces of doctors and nurses and other carers and healers who have stood up for the sacred rights that are in the doctor-patient relationship. We've heard about the right to privacy. We've heard about the right to free informed consent. And our major issue as the Australian Medical Professional Society is that of medical free speech. It is absolutely essential that your doctors have the ability to think critically. And I'm very proud that I represent a whole bunch of doctors who are committed to critical thinking. Critical thinking regarding the management during the pandemic. Let me tell you categorically that the sides outweigh the benefits. Lockdowns were never something that should have happened, and they were never something that was included in the pandemic plans which were already in place in Australia. Lockdowns were a complete novelty, and it is a terrible mistake that the medical community was not thinking straight and accepted these lockdowns which continued on and on. But let me tell you this, we have found our voice. AMPS is not here to exist in a corner. The Australian Medical Professional Society represents doctors who are willing now to speak out. So I say to doctors everywhere in Australia, nurses and otherwise, stop self-centering. Stop censoring. Because every day people are coming over to our side. Not just in Australia, but all over the world. And let me say this, because truth is truth, and critical thinkers are the best thinkers, that the best thinkers are coming over to our side. All over the world. Now let me say this, the thing which drives me on, having lost my job last year because I refused to submit to the Andrews government's vaccine mandates, that under no circumstances ever is any treatment to be mandatory or coerced. That just does not exist, and there will never be an exception. Unfortunately, because not thinking straight has been such a pervasive problem in my profession, many doctors don't see it the way they should. But let me say this in addition, that when something is experimental, it can never, under any circumstances, be pushed, be administered in a coercive way, and be mandated. Now that is simple fact and truth. What has been done is terrible. And let me come back to what drives me on. Because what drives me on are the stories I hear and things that I've seen, that I've observed in my own patients, the suffering that has been inflicted by these vaccines. I'm frequently in tears when I listen to the stories or read the stories of people who have been vaccine injured, and on top of that, who have not been taken seriously. You know what the most important thing for any doctor to do is to listen, is to take the complaint of a patient seriously. And when I read these stories, I'm frequently in tears. Just moving over. That's what drives me on, because lives have been lost. And it is time for the medical profession to own up and take a look at what we are calling massive safety signals. The safety signals of this vaccine should raise a massive alarm, as they are doing in every country. So that's really what I wanted to say. Thanks for your support. We are there for you. We're growing. And I'm handing it back. Thank you, everybody.
Righto, we're just going to recheat the stage a little bit. We're almost finished anyway. Adds a bit more space. Alrighty, everybody, who's ready to keep on marching? Our marching route for today. Oh, we have one more speaker. Cue it up. Introduce yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Captain Errol Wilson, and I'll be flying you to Melbourne. Oh, sorry, I normally face the other direction. But like you, I was fired. I used to work for Qantas. So, as you all know, Qantas were first to mandate and first to terminate. There's basically two things we can do. The first thing is we can fight. Yeah, that's you. Everyone scream. Let's fight. And the second thing is we can get ready for the shit. As a pilot, I always prepare. I always have a contingency. So let me say the first thing, fighting. I'm here with AussieFreedomFlyers.com, and we're taking Qantas to court next month. So if you see us walking around with buckets, because apparently it's going to cost a bit. But that's all we can do for our kids and for our family that don't believe us. We can only come out here on the week to fight. The second thing is we all have to get each other's phone numbers. We have to, this group here and the people that come out to protest, that's it. We need to gather together. We need to, and you need to find a farmer friend. So we need to march. And I've always wanted to do one thing. Can you all help me out? Suck Dan Andrews! Suck Dan Andrews! Suck Dan Andrews! Thanks for everyone coming out, and we'll see you here. And suck Alan Joyce!
I just want to say thank you everybody for coming today. You're amazing. I love you. Yeah! Suck Dan Andrews! Suck them all! 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 Thank you, everybody! Thank you, Melbourne!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very short and brief announcement from Steve, and then we're going to keep marching. One more, the final speaker of today. One more today. It's a very important update. Let's go, Steve. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Each and every one of you absolute bloody legends for being out here every day, every week, fighting the good fight. And I've got a personal message from the Aussie Cossack. Does everyone know the Aussie Cossack? Locked up for 3 months for standing up for our kids. And he wants to say from the bottom of his heart, thank you all, because it was you guys who got him out yesterday. And you know how you got him out? By your voices, by your postcards. Because the prison guards didn't want to read them all every day. He was getting thousands of
postcards. They got sick of reading them, so they said, "You're free, buddy." So from Aussie Contact, from Simeon, thank you. From me, thank you for humanity. Aussie on the other. Yeah, baby, welcome.
pass you on the stuff and then I'll say goodbye to him. Yeah. 100%.
That's going to be work for you.
Likewise. Okay, man. All right, I'll do that. You got a phone on you?
When did you do with the batteries?
I just put the pouch in your bag, so you've got everything there. And the battery that's loose, not in the plastic bag, is the dead one.
Awesome.
God bless, bro.
All right, God bless.
Thank
See you
you.
later. Yeah.
See you later. A bunch of people are late, so like, you know, I don't know. Just keep in touch.
Just get in touch.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Ciao. Love you, man. All right, guys. God bless you, viewers. We're just going to be ending this stream now, but don't you worry, we've been filming everything up until this moment. And
Sorry,
and
mate.
you're right, man, you're right. We've been filming everything up until this moment, and we're still filming. So anything from the protest from here on will be uploaded a bit later. And yeah, I think we can expect next week to be big as well. 2 very large protests. So, my dear friends, God bless you. And yeah, if anyone's watching, if anyone's got $5 even or anything like that, and you're happy to support this channel, we really appreciate it. It's a lot of work putting this stuff up, it really is. And I know that's hard for people to believe when they haven't done videography, but it's a daily commitment, and it interrupts everything else in my life to make sure that I can put up daily footage for you guys and make sure that everything's covered. So anyone who's generous enough to even give $5 or something, it really, really goes a long way. I've had to get a part-time job to supplement because the channel's just not making anything really anymore. Occasionally someone, you know, wait a minute. All right. Just thought I'd deal with that. It's not grifting, it's working actually. So I don't tolerate that at all. If you say that kind of thing, you just block straight away. God bless, guys. And yeah, enjoy. These videos will be going up over the next few days as usual. The live will stay up. And we will catch you on the flip side. Thanks, Leia. Thanks, everyone. See you later. God bless. Stay safe.